What's up, Russian learners? My name is Fedor and welcome to Be Fluent channel where I help people speak Russian. And today we're going to continue on learning numbers, and in this video we're going to learn numbers from 200 to 1000. So let's get to it right now. Alright, in the last video we learned numbers from 1 to 100, but just to remind you how 100 sounds is going to be 100. 100 is 100. 100. Okay, and we conjugate it based on the number that it's next to it. So if it's 200, it's gonna sound different than if it's 300. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be changing every time. And in Russian, it's a little bit different from English. It's like it's not 100, 200, 300. It's gonna be one word. It's like 13. It's not 310, it's 13. The same concept works with 200, 300 up to 900 in Russian. Okay? So let's talk about that right now. As I said already, 100 is going to be 100. 100. And then 200 is going to be 200. 200. So we have st at the end, which gonna represent 100, and we have 2, which is like 2, so it's 200. 200 is 200. 200. And then the part that represents 100 in number 300 is going to be different. This time it's going to be sta instead of sti. So it's going to be 300. 300. Okay, so 3 is 3, and then sta is 100 again. So it's 300, and we say 300. 300. And then the same sta over here, which is going to be 100, but since it's 400, it's going to be, instead of 3, it's going to be 4. 4 sta. So all of this is going to be 4. So 400. 400. 400. If you want to repeat after me, go ahead and do that. It's going to help you a lot, I believe. And then from 500 to 900, the part that's going to represent 100 is going to stay the same. It's going to stay sot, 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 and sot. And we just add the number before it that's going to represent the number of hundreds. So if it's 500, we know that 5 is 5 in Russian. So it's going to be 500. 500. 500. 500 is going to be 500. Then we know that 6 in Russian is 6. So 600 is going to be 600. 600. 600. But note this thing. We don't say 600. We say 600. So we just say 6, and then the C is kind of long. 600. 600. We don't say 600. It's kind of like too robotic. 600. 600. And then 700 is going to be 700. So 7 is 7. 700. 700. Then we have 800, which is going to be 800. 800, since 8 is 8. 800. 800. Then 900. 9 is going to be 9 here, so it's 900. 900. 900. And then finally 1000 is going to be 1000. 1000. So the letter Y is going to sound like E. 1000. 1000. 1000. Okay? So just to restate them once again, it's going to be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. 1000. Okay, so I recommend you get comfortable with these 10 words before we move on to the next step. So if you want to do that, just stop this video for 10 seconds. Just kind of go over these words and then come back to be able to learn the second step with me and understand everything. So if you want to take a pause, go ahead and do that right now. But we are going to continue. The next one is going to be, how do we combine the numbers? So it can be 253, for example. How do we combine hundreds with tens and then ones and twos and threes? Well, I'm going to tell you that right this second. In English, I'm going to use the analogy of English. We have for the first number is going to be 253. So we have this and between the hundreds and tens. 253. We can say 253, but most of the times we say 253. But in Russian, it's going to be just 253. So, we just learned with you how to say hundreds. In the last video, we learned tens and ones, twos, and threes. So based on that knowledge, we can we can say this number right here is going to be 253. So we see that it has 200, so it's going to consist of these numbers, 253, right? So if we combine them all, we're going to get 253. So just going to find a word for each of these numbers. So for 200 is going to be 200. 200, as we learned over here, 200 is 200. Okay? So, yes, and then we know that 50 is going to be 50. So 250 is going to be 250. And then we have 3 at the end. It is going to be 3. So the whole number combined is going to be 253. Pretty easy and logical and straightforward. I don't think that you're going to have any problems with that. And then let's look at another number, which is 487. In Russian, it's going to be 487. 487. I know it's going to be hard to pronounce, but if you want to speak Russian, you will have to get over this difficulty. So 400 is going to be 400. 80 is going to be 80. And then finally 7 is going to be 7. So it's going to be 487. And the one that's going to be a little bit more complicated is the number with 1,000. But it's going to be the same thing, as the logic is going to be the same as for the previous ones. So we know that it's going to be 1,958. So the first word is going to be 1,000, which is 1000. Second word is going to represent the 900 piece. Then it's going to be 50 and 8 at the end. So it's going to be 1958. 1958. Okay? So the logic is easy. I hope you understand it. It is very easy and logical. Do not overcomplicate things, because you're gonna create more trouble for yourself. But now it's your turn to oops, give me a second. Now it's your turn to write out the numbers in words. So using these 5 numbers, write down whatever in your notebook, in the comments down below if you want, your answer of how you would say these numbers, of how you would write them down, using the information that we just learned and that we learned in the first video about the numbers. Okay? And also at the end of this video, I want to say that I decided, instead of throwing these sheets away, I'm gonna send them to you. If you want these sheets, if you want to get them with a custom letter, with my personal handwritten letter to you guys, please let me know in the comments down below, or just please let me know in the comments down below, and I'm going to choose a random winner that I'm going to announce in the next video. Okay? And I promise to send it to you next week. You don't have to charge. You don't have to pay anything. I'm gonna pay for the mail and everything. So if you want these sheets, let me know in the comments down below. Just comment. Just comment whatever. Doesn't matter what you comment, just comment, and I'm gonna send them to a random winner from the comments. I hope that's a gift that you're gonna like, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this information was clear and you understand the numbers now. Next time, by the way, we're gonna cover numbers from 1,000 to 1,000,000. All right? See you later, guys. Пока-пока.